Good afternoon. It is October the 8th, and I'm still enjoying some delicious figs. We've had some dry weather. I've been away a little spell, and I came back last night, and to be completely honest, I pigged out on a lot of figs. And I just thought I'd make a very, very quick video. Here's the Celeste that I started from scratch last year. And this thing is just growing like crazy. It's a special variant that I like particularly well. And you see it's making some late figs. And so that's always welcome. And with any luck, if we have an Indian summer, these will come to fruition soon enough. I've still got some Ronde Bordeaux's that are ripening, and I ate a bunch of them last night. And there's still more to come. A bunch of figs, the Malta Blacks. I was eating some of those last night, and there's some there ready to be picked right now on the Malta Black also, and I've got quite a few figs here. One of the interesting things, I know I talk about this tree so much, but my Peter's honey, last night I don't know. I rejoiced in a wonderful surprise and treat. And there were so many ripe figs to be eaten on my Peter's honey. And even now, there's still some wonderful figs getting ripe. And I've been picking them. There's a beauty right there. That's a beauty. Now, I'll be eating these tonight. I just picked one right here and I gobbled it down. Like the fig pig that I am, and I admit. But I don't know, is this one quite? I guess this one's ready enough to break open for you. Here's a couple nice ones over here. Oh, that's a beauty right there. Oh, that's beautiful. That's prime. Okay, there we go. Look at this. Look at that. I just love my Peter's honey. They're worth their weight purely in gold. I love this fig. And it's just a wonderful deviation from the norm, when you have so many of the darker figs in your collection, as I do. And of course, the Peter's is special and tastes different. It's a completely different profile. Let me gobble this down. Look at that. I hope you can see that. Just a wonderful fig. I wanted to show you something else. This will be a short video. Everywhere I go, I want to make a video. It's unbelievable. I wanted to point out that I wish you could have that and taste it. I love my Peter's honey. But anyway, I love all my figs. But I noticed that on the Celeste, it was making some late figs, which is wonderful. Of course, Celeste will, in the first week of August, it will just have an abundance of fruit. It's so fruitful. But now you can look up there. I don't know if you can see them quite as well as I can, but I'll try. I don't know. But all up there, there's a bunch of these little figs that I've been picking at them, and they're very, very sweet. And they're red inside. I don't know. I did want to make the video about this. Let me try and pop one of these little gems off here. There we go. Just a little treat, a late season treat. Look at the color of that. Just delicious. You want one of these in your yard. I've been singing the praises of Celeste for years now. And it's in my videos many times, and for good reason. I love it. It's just so reliable, and it's always there. That's sweet. It's rich and thick and creamy. It's such a multi-dimensional fig. But I noticed that when I was walking around out here in the daytime, I noticed that I have some beautiful Sajo. Let me get away from that sun a little bit. I'm gonna pick a couple of these. Some beautiful ripe Sajo Japanese persimmons that I thought I'd share with you But you know, I was looking around. I just wanted to express my absolute astonishment with this tree. I mean, how loyal can this tree be to me? How much more loyalty, okay, or devotion could I really request from my friends than to be as fruitful as this Seijo tree is? Look at it. It's struggling under the burden and the weight of all of these wonderful persimmons. And they're all getting ripe. You can see they're all blushing. And so, look at that tree. Look at it. This is why I keep saying to you, my fig friends out there, and persimmons and organic growers, this is why I keep revisiting this subject. Get one of these and put it in your yard. You see why? I mean, it's self-explanatory, but of course you have me to push it even further, almost to excess. But look at it. Look how majestic and beautiful. I mean, it's divinity. It's a wonderful thing. Nature, of course, is divine. Of course it is. And this tree is as majestic and as divine as I have ever seen one. Seijo persimmon. So now, look at it. Okay, so now I've got a couple right ones here. So let me try and pick these for you. Now, with persimmons, with Seijo, unlike American persimmons, you've got to twist them off, or cut them off, or clip them off. They're not going to fall off. Trust me on that. They're not. They're completely different than the American persimmons that will fall off the tree, and of course they're earlier ripening. And you just go down on the ground there and pick them up, and you eat them. Like this Yates here. This is a young Yates, and some of the fruit is falling down. It doesn't have a lot of fruit. Incidentally, I'm getting off the subject, and I apologize, but I just picked one of these Yates and ate it, and it was just superb. It was superb. But you see how they just fall to the ground, and you just pick them up, and they're ripe. This one's perfectly ripe. This is a Yates. I'm getting off the subject, but there's Yates. Okay, I just released a video a few minutes ago, figs and persimmons, and about winter mulching figs. And you'll see a much better example of an older tree of Yates, a year or two older, just completely fruitful, I mean bountiful. And I do want you to look at that video and look at Yates, because if you're thinking about putting an American persimmons in your yard because you're going down below 0 and below 10, this goes down below 10 below 0, the Seijo. But if you want to go further down, you can get other varieties that I've spoken about often. And American varieties, of course, go down the most. You can go down 20, 25, maybe 30 below 0. So Yates is a good one. But I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to bite into it. How about I try that? And there's another nice one up there, which I can get with my stick right now. I've got to go get my little step ladder, but I don't need it. There you go. I use a stick to pull them down. There we go. Look at that. But for now, this was good enough. I'm going to bite into this so that I can share it with you. I wish I don't know. I don't know. I'm almost speechless. Of course, you know that's impossible. I wish I could share this with you. It's so good. You know, this was supposed to be a very, very short video, but let me tell you a really quick story. There's a story about everything. You know, honestly, there's just thousands of them. And I try to avoid them, but let me make this one as quick as I can. But my wife and I and my mom and my dad were driving through Lancaster. And we always took different routes. And we have a lot of friends there, Amish friends, and we were getting some eggs and some organic vegetables and things. And it was around this time of year. It was in October. And we're riding down this road, this farm road, a beautiful, beautiful road. And as I passed the farmhouse, I got a glimpse of some color. Okay? And it looked like the color of persimmons, you know? And I kept driving and I said, that couldn't be. I don't think that could be. Because these were like pretty big, you know, not like the native persimmons. So I told my mom and dad and Debbie, I said, I'm going back. And they said, what for? What for? You know, they're always in a hurry to get someplace. I said, I got to go back. I saw something. And I pulled up into this farmer's driveway. And here's this magnificent persimmons tree. Like this. Magnificent. In fact, I promise to post a picture of it, full fruit. I promise I'll do that soon. And I just went berserk because I know that Japanese persimmons don't do well in cold climates, and they don't do well in down here in Jersey either. You might get a few seasons where they do okay, and then, you know, a cold winter comes along and kills them. And in Pennsylvania, near Lancaster, I knew that could be, it was impossible. So I knocked on the door, and the wife came out, and she was very, very gracious and very nice, and her husband wasn't home. But she said to me, I said, how can you grow a tree like this in Pennsylvania? I mean, I've never seen anything like this in New Jersey. And New Jersey's more moderate. And she said, it's a special tree. And my husband found it. And I said, well, what's it called? And she knew. And she said, it's called Seijo. And it's good to 10 below zero. She knew about it. And I said, 10 below zero? She said, yeah. I said, would you mind if I picked just a few of these? She said, pick all you like. And they were superb. I thought I was in heaven. I mean, it was like it was like hitting the lottery. And that was many, many, many years ago. Look at the size of my trees. Look at them. Look at them. That one is 25, 30 feet tall. Look at it. Many, many years ago. And I've had it ever since. It's never got, they had them. They've never gotten any disease. The birds don't fool around with them very much, very infrequently. No bugs, no insects. They get ripe at a perfect time when everything else is phasing out. And they all get ripe. And they'll get ripe right on up to Christmas. I'm telling you, they'll hang on the tree and be ripe, and you can eat them. All right, this is true. Certainly well past Thanksgiving. And I've had many past Thanksgiving. But they start ripening a week ago or so, and you get a couple that are ripe every day, and it's just wonderful. You get up on your ladder, you grab them, whatever, and you got a stick. I got my long stick, and it's got a little gadget on the back, on the end, which you can see, a little crooked wire that I just wrap around the stem and twist it, and they come off. So that's my video for today. I knew that you would appreciate the bountifulness of these loyal, dedicated fruit trees that love me and I love them back just as much. And it's a wonderful, wonderful experience. And, you know, I'm looking in the background over there and I see Rosianka. And it's got a beautiful crop this year. Where's that? There, I'm far away, up near the cornfield. That'll be for another time, soon. So for now, thank you for your kind visit. I certainly appreciated your company, always do. I hope you enjoyed this little departure from the norm. Thank you very much. Good day.